Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be updating you guys on my year-long project pan that I have been constantly working on 10 products since the beginning of the year, and this is just to make sure that my makeup collection just doesn't get out of hand. I'm pretty sure everyone is kind of more aware of this concept, but yeah, and I'm sure a lot of people have also been struggling. I don't know, me, hello, and just, I don't know, the world's weird. A lot of people aren't wearing that much makeup. I know some people are, which good for them, but this is definitely a little bit more of an unsuccessful year. But granted, the circumstances of the world, I'm not being hard on myself, but I have made some progress on some items, and some progress is better than no progress, right? Yes. And I feel like it's the first time I'm wearing a sweater in a while. That's because temperature is finally changing. I mean, hello, it's mid-November. Arizona, get to it, even though we're gonna have a couple of hot days. But hopefully after this it just stays cool and the temperatures just keep dropping, and dropping. So let's go ahead and get into this video. So let's go ahead and talk about my eyeshadow palette that I've just been working on eyeshadows. There's no major progress in this palette. It's just kind of hard when you're trying to use everything, but there are kind of some eyeshadows on the chopping block by the end of the year, and I think because some of these are really old, like 2015 old. Like for example, I know Woodwink down here from MAC is a lot older than that, so that's possibly on the chopping block. This one that's also from MAC, well, it's a beautiful burgundy. I'm just not really using it. I don't use it in my everyday life, and it's also quite old. And this one I never even used from Inglot, which will hurt me to get rid of, but I just don't use realistically. And I don't know, I'm kind of glad that we're already like getting to the end of the year, because I'm kind of getting bored of using this. It's not like I have that many other options to use eyeshadows from, but I don't know, I feel like because I've been using this and ideally this has a little bit of everything, it makes me realize things that I'm still missing to be satisfied in my eyeshadow collection. And even when I look at my other eyeshadows, I'm like, there's still some kind of things missing. And I think that's interesting that I've gotten to this point, because I've been very like anti like makeup for a couple years now in regards to buying new things when I already have stuff. But yeah, it's interesting that I feel differently now. Maybe because life's a little bit different. I'm not just going to class and keeping things very minimal. I think now that, you know, if I go out, it's to work. And if I go out, it's like to grocery shopping. I don't know, like it's weird where my expression in regards to makeup is changing because of it. So yeah, we'll see where we're at. I think this is going to be the last update before the finale, just because it's already mid-November and it just makes sense to give myself, like, there's only room for a finale to also make progress. So let's see if I can actually finish anything off. Who knows? The other item I'm going to be sharing with you guys that probably doesn't have like very much visual progress is my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette. I mean, I am using this every day still, especially these two. I use more dim light, like just to bring some color to my cheeks. I haven't been wearing bronzer and blush that much because it gets covered with a mask when I do go out, but to add some color for those moments, like I want to take a sip of water, or if I'm gonna take a bite to eat, you know, there's still some color. It's what I have on my cheeks now, besides the Chanel Tan Soleil bronzer that's also in this project pan. But yeah, I mean, I'm using it, probably not enough to finish it, which is fine. This year, it's been a tough year for a lot of people, and it's actually making me not want to use up as many of my products because, you know, money can be tight. We don't know. I think we're all gonna feel it the most after the holidays, if we go into a second lockdown. Europe is in a second lockdown. Who knows if we will. So I'm not, like, I'm kind of happy that I'm moving stuff out slowly so I don't have to repurchase them, because I don't want to think about repurchasing makeup right now. Just things that I'm not really interested in, even though I said that there's some eyeshadows that I'm interested in. So let's just keep moving on because I don't want this to be an incredibly long video because there's not much to talk about. We have my Too Faced Tan de Soleil Milk Chocolate Bronzer. Honestly, haven't used it that much. I feel like it's not giving me much of a bronze look right now, or like that contour cheek. I'm in like the middle of a weight loss situation. I've lost like 15 pounds already. I still want to lose more, and I'm just going for a little bit more darker contours. Honestly, I'm not really reaching for this because I want the weight loss to look like it's more, especially in my face, because I have like one cheek that's like fatter than the other cheek for some reason. So I just really haven't been reaching for it. But hopefully I do get a little bit more progress. Honestly, if I repress this, it's kind of like cheating because you're using up more product, but this is kind of old. I am very tempted, just so I can move it faster out of my collection, because I have other bronzers I'd like to use. I have contour powders I'd like to use, and I basically just used bronzer as a little bit of a contour, at least powder bronzer. So I don't know, maybe it is a little bit cheating, but you know, who cares? It's my collection, right? Don't know. I guess you'll find out what I do with it either in my videos or by the finale, which will be again the next update. I can't believe basically 2020 is over for like YouTube projects ish, basically. Almost over. My Chanel Tan de Soleil bronzer, I haven't made that much progress on this either. I just have not been doing anything. I just apply the Hourglass powder on my cheeks and call it a day, because if I am going out, I'm wearing masks at work, so there's really like no point really. So yeah, I feel like I was doing great. You know, there is quite a bit of progress on this. Just overall, I'm very proud of myself of what I've done throughout the year, but I'm gonna challenge myself from here to the finale to really just use it. I mean, I used it today. That's like the main bronzer that I have, besides the Hourglass Dim Light powder on top of it, which is more of a color on me than a setting powder because I'm pale. But yeah, I could also just move all the product to the side and make it look different, but I like seeing the progress in the center specifically, and as you can see, there's quite a bit of progress. And I haven't scraped the product out like I tend to do every once in a while since the last update, so that's probably also why you don't see that much progress. Moving on to the things that I have kind of made progress in. So last update, I added my NYX Micro Brow Pencil, and I actually ended up using this up. So I thought this was the pencil that never ended, and it was the pencil that never ended until I added this into my project pan. Of course, that always tends to happen, but it really only had like a couple of uses after I added it in, even though it didn't seem like it did, but I must have amped up the use on it. I can't remember because it was since I last uploaded my update, and I've just had so much going on that I cannot remember, you know, how many uses I got out of this. School is a little intense, life is a little intense, so my mental capacity just cannot be bothered in remembering how many uses it took me to use this up since I put it in. I did really like it. I just have other brow stuff that I kind of need to get around to using. Like I have my Anastasia dip brow that I've had for a while, and I mean, I'm wearing it in my brows today. I like it, but it is getting on the old side, so I kind of want to get a kick on using it up. As well as I have a different brow pencil that just wasn't getting used because I still had this and it just didn't make sense. And I'm very like, just have one of something, especially like in the brow category, because if not, it gets out of hand. Well, that in the eyeliner category and the mascara category, like those are all things I just need one of. I don't need a bunch of them. Just because then it rolls and it like falls out of things and it's annoying. It's just because of the annoying factor, not because I'm like, oh, I only need one. I think my coffee's finally starting to kick in. Can you tell? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay, the next thing I have is the Stay Naked foundation by Urban Decay. I don't think I'm really gonna finish this by the end of the year. I'm at where this last line is. I have made good enough progress for not liking this foundation. I have finally listened to all of you guys, and I started adding a couple of drops of oil into it. It does make it look nicer when you first apply it, but then like throughout the day it just starts looking like bad again. But you know, by the end of the day, and because I'm wearing masks, like I don't care anymore. So as long as it looks fine within the first couple hours of application, then I've been using it. But a lot of the times I don't wear a full face of foundation. I've really just been doing like concealer underneath my eyes and concealer on my problem areas and setting that with powder. So usually when I end up using this is for videos, and I feel like since my last update I just haven't filmed that much videos, or that many videos, even though like the progress is a little bit more steady. But I have been using oil, which means I'm using something else that's just taking up space because I don't like that oil that much. So let me know, what is a good face oil for hydration, like your favorite ones down below, because the one that I had was the Mario Badescu one, and I'm not a fan of it, and that's what I've been using to wear this foundation with, which is what I am wearing on my face today. I do think it's a pretty good match for my skin tone. Even though I feel like it makes me look pale, but I'm just a pale girl. Gotta accept that. Again, happy with the progress I'm actually making, considering I'm not the biggest fan of this foundation. However, if I use this all up in December, which is not realistic if I'm just wearing it on my face, I probably wasted it, which I'm realistically not gonna do. So we'll see how much more I can get through by my finale. Although, you know, December, there's a lot of like holiday things. Don't know if I'm really gonna go to any. Don't know that many people out here, but I feel like I would wear my other foundations over that, so we'll see. Also added in the last update was the Makeup Forever Super Matte Loose Powder. I have been using this, have made some progress. This one, if I really set my mind to it, I might be able to finish it. So when I put it in, it was in this top line, and now it's in this bottom line. I've used it about half of the times I have put makeup on. I put it on today, I put it on yesterday, and if I just set my mind to using this every single time I wear makeup, which is a lot now that I'm working and still doing school, I think I can finish it. It's definitely doable, and I kind of want to set that goal for myself because this powder is also getting quite old, as well as I have a bunch of like mini loose setting powders that I need to get around to using. So that is my update on that one. My last item I have here in my project is the La Vanilla Pure Vanilla The Healthy Fragrance. I probably did not say that right, but it's a weird way to say it. I did end up using a lot more of it this time around, so I was just making little lines, and now I have a big progress line. I still have quite a bit, and I did use it quite a lot when I did my little anniversary thing with my boyfriend, so I also want to really use this up. I do. So I think if I just put it on every day, obviously I could use it up. Now that the weather's changing, it's all about the weather. The weather has to be right for me to use like this warm fragrance, and now that it's cooling down, I do feel like using it. Before I was a little bit more, oh, save it, it's a nice vanilla perfume, but when I did use it the last couple of times, it did pick up like dead skin, lotion, so it's starting to look a little gross, and now I'm like, ooh, let's finish that up because that's not cute. So now I'm in, let's get this out because I don't want to see this like murky liquid, and it's not cute to look at. But that is my update. I feel like this was still pretty lengthy even though I was trying to go fast. Let me know how you are doing. Or have you been kicking yourself, or are you just kind of like going with the flow with your projects? I'm kind of going with the flow. You just kind of not kick yourself because of the year. And I also feel like this angle is weird, but anyways, have you finished anything up? Let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you guys on my next one.